Yeah, it's just an honor, to be associated with people who we believe do it better than anyone when it comes to developing players. It means the same. It's an honor of a lifetime. Honestly, I've spent my life in this game, always wanting to pursue a purpose that mattered, and I feel like I found that purpose in Soccer Trainr. We are serving our people the way that they deserve to be served, and not just one player or one club, but the whole community, and I would not be possible without Soccer Trainr. I think it was an eye-opener. I think for the parents, it gave them the answer that maybe they've been looking for, like what's the real truth? What's missing from the story I'm hearing? Okay, it's all hard work and the basics, but it also is who you train with and who you network with. There's been plenty of talent in all sports from our region, within Nebraska, Iowa, that area, Kansas, Missouri. So in the soccer world, what we've lacked is a bit of the up-to-date training methodologies and practices from all around the world what Soccer Trainr brings. So I know that there's a World Cup champion somewhere there in the Nebraska, Omaha area that we can bring forward, and that's my goal on the men's and women's side, is to put players in the national team or whatever level they want to get to, but I know they're there. So you asked, what's the difference or what this will do for Omaha, and what I actually realize is we've put a lot of high-performing players out over the years, but what's happening is sometimes they struggle when they get to that next level. So they do have the core ability, but then they don't learn the right fundamental, right? They don't learn the right process, they don't learn the right speed. They're having gaps in their receiving, the micro touch, the shoulder dip, and they struggle at the next level and they come home disappointed, or they don't have as good of a final career or upward trajectory as they could. So that's what I know Soccer Trainr can help with. Even the top performers are going to do better at the next level than we have been doing traditionally.
My name is Jared Diprom. My son is Rowan Diprom. He is 13. Well, he will be 13, in a couple of weeks' time. He's a 2013. We are from Gretna, Nebraska, just outside Omaha. All the things that we feel Taylor offers and adds to his game, it's a much smaller environment, a lot more touches, focusing a lot more on the technical aspect, not so much the competitive aspect. Working on the fundamentals, which for his age is incredibly important, or at least I think so, compared to the club environment where it's the team and you're doing maybe more tactical drills as opposed to the technical aspect of the game, which I feel like is the most important, especially at his age. It's been awful because he wants to move here, and so do I. No, it's been spectacular. Everyone has been so friendly, so kind, so informative, great communication. The area's wonderful. If we could, we honestly would move down. I said it to the other parents that the trip was worth it just for those speeches. And my son took it in, he took it to heart. It was great, hearing from people that have done it before, hearing of people that have been there before, that have struggled through it, that have had setbacks, adversity, and how they just kept pushing through. It's good, especially for these kids who come from backgrounds where, stuff is available to them. They have the resources, whereas others may not have had the resources back then. And to see them still succeed I thought was very important and good for them to take in. Just being immersed in it has been good. It can at least give the kids a look into what it might feel like as a college player or even a professional player. So it's been good.
So my name is Joe Arabia. My son's name is Joey, and we're from the Philadelphia area. Joey's always been a very technical kid, always trying to improve himself. And what Soccer Trainr allowed him to do was measure that against himself, create game-realistic drills, practice on his own, and strive to beat his scores every single time. He's competing against himself, so it was an opportunity for him to kind of validate his improvement. For me, I love being around the soccer community. I played through high school, loved it, and this is just a different level. It's an augmentation of necessary training that should be taking place. There's great coaches. This is just another way to enhance your skills. And I mean, it's a combination of everything, right? And all of those minor pieces put together was greater than the sum of the whole. Everything that we did so far between the beach training gave them an opportunity to really train on a different surface. And you need that. If you're just running around on turf fields, or if you're just running around in your basement or on grass, the beach provides a very, very different surface. And a lot of kids aren't used to that. So great opportunity to really burn them out and have a great time, but it also created that camaraderie. I mean, in the social, just having the opportunity to hear Steve speak and his father Marcelo, and who's a soccer legend, in my opinion, one of the greatest, right? And you have him, and then the surprise visit from Johnny Bornstein. You can't capture in one sentence or sentiment exactly what that was like, especially for me. But I mean, you look around and you see the kids, and they're just in awe. And they're like, these guys are where I want to be. How did I get there? And they're having a chance to talk to them and kind of interact, take pictures, have fun on the beach, enjoy great food, great friends, all of that. And it was just a great experience. Just to continue to see how it evolves. And, you know, there's some great elements. And, you know, part of that is finding the right people behind it. And you can't ask for a better person than Steve. And Steve is Soccer Trainr through and through. And all the work that you've done to make it, I mean, it speaks for itself and you see it, but to present it to people that haven't seen it before and get an understanding as how it can be integrated with regular training schedules and a regular training regimen, it's something to enjoy.
My name's Tom. My daughter's name is Olive. We're out of Lincoln, Nebraska, and she's about to be 13. Well, we didn't know really what to expect. You know, Taylor gave some good information about what we're going to see and what we're going to do. And even still, until you actually see it in person, you have no idea. And so going to the GA Cup and watching all those games, it's a different level. It's very impressive and something to definitely see in person. You know, being somewhat in her shoes in the past, it's hard as a kid to kind of understand that. As a parent, you know, it does mean more. And so being able to share that experience with her and just kind of explain like what that really means, hearing the stories of how these individuals have started similar to what some of these kids have, and they still made their dream come true. And that's what they need to hear. That's what they need to understand. You like it, you love it, you practice hard, you do the work, and you'll have your options. And so to hear the countless stories of the individuals up there saying that this is exactly what they did and they made it is great for them. Anything, honestly, it's been, you know, working with Taylor with this stuff it's been great. So just more of it. You know, for us, I would say easier access because it's 50 miles away. So we drive 50 miles every time we want to go see Taylor. But that's really it, just more of it. Having the opportunity to do it and be a part of it's great.
Patrick McAndrews is my name. I'm the father of Wallace McAndrews. We're from Omaha, Nebraska. Wally is a 2013 player in the Gretna Elite Academy in Omaha. Taylor is a down-to-earth guy, and he's going to train the guys and gals on their techniques, being a better person and a better player. I think that he instills a lot of the characteristics that we were looking for just for our son to be a good young man, and I think that he kind of instills those characteristics that we're looking for, and then also instills the aspects of the game that we're wanting him to be focused on. I think that it's allowed us to kind of immerse a little bit closer to what we're looking to achieve in the sport. I think that there's a lot of life skills too that we're just kind of taking from it too, is some of the conversations that we've had with other parents and then the trainers and then some of the experts in the fields. We've seen that, you know, you have to be passionate about what you're doing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be soccer. It can be anything in life, and if you don't have that passion, you're not going to find what you're truly going to do and succeed at in life. I think so. I think that you have to kind of, you know, embrace the fact that you're looking for a little more opportunities for your player to be associated with the sport, and I think that the overall experience that is offered through Soccer Trainr is something that enriches both the child and then the parent, and kind of bonds the two of us to the sport and our family to the sport a little bit deper. So I think it's been a good overall experience. I'd recommend it.
Hi, my name is Andy. I'm here with Reed. He's a 14-year-old, 8th grade. He's been working with Coach Taylor for about 3 or 4 years now. This has been a real good experience for Reed. He actually prefers this over club training. It works his skill set, and he also loves the intensity. You know, he's working on things that he's going to need out there to be better every day. And instead of worrying about just what the larger team needs to kind of work on, it's what does he need to work on? How can he get better? What are some of the specific things that he needs to improve? But overall, also the basics, not just what he needs, but also what he needs as a soccer player. It's some of the presentations and conversations we've had with some of the coaches that have been brought in to talk to the team have been really impactful, both I think for the kids also and for the parents. Soccer that we're trying to do with these kids is a big commitment, not for the whole family, not just the kid. And I think it's a good reminder of what we're doing together to support our children, and it helps remind them what's important as they're doing this, which is to have fun and realize that they're being supported both by coaches and by their family in their journey.
We had the fortune of this past week going down to Bradenton and taking part in the intensive soccer trainer clinic from Soccer Trainr at Bradenton. My son Sean loves soccer, has a intense passion for it, desire to get better, and just overall love of it. Steve, one of the head trainers and owners, mentions work hard, have fun, and learn something. And without question, every day being there, those three facets were being over and over again achieved. And I could tell, one, kids were dripping sweat, working in very hard, very intentional training, deliberate training, but everybody was smiling. Even if you weren't doing something well, you were getting better at doing that. And there was a great joy overall in watching achievements, watching people get better. For me, the absolute intersection of deliberate training and focused training with intent and being very player focused was amazing. I can't say enough about how welcomed my family felt, how excited we are to hopefully be able to take part in another clinic, and how awesome it was to see growth even over 4 days of clinic time. So for myself and my wife, Sarah, just a great experience, and something that isn't replicated anywhere else. Your athlete is really seen and worked with on a personal level, and there's real care to get every single person better. And that translates beyond even the athletic field. It goes into life, how we fail and get better, how we can improve, how we're not great at everything right away, and that things take hard work. We work hard, we have fun, and we learn something.